Hey, welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I kind of had an idea to do like a ride-along video. I've never really done anything like that. But I bought this mount off of eBay so I can put this camera that you're watching me on right now in my car, like mounted on the windshield, or I was even thinking of maybe putting it like on the sunroof so you can see like in the sunroof so you can see like the front of the car. I'm gonna do two cameras. I'm gonna do the GoPro on the back of the car so you can see the exhaust. I know the audio won't be the best out of the GoPro, but I want to do two cameras, so one like hitting the exhaust so you guys can hear the burbles and the way that the car sounds, and then one on the inside in the cockpit. I just don't know if I should have the camera like facing me in the cockpit while I'm driving, or if I should have it like facing the front window and kind of like hitting me. I think I'm gonna do the sunroof one where it's facing forward, and then just so that way you guys can like see out the front and like still kind of see me. But in the future, if I do more of these videos, you tell me what you guys prefer. Like, do you like it up front so you can see me while I'm driving with the pedals and stuff? Or do you like it back here? And then we'll have obviously the GoPro in the back doing the exhaust thing. So this kind of video will be kind of new, more like experimental. I've never done any like ride-along videos. I mean, sort of have, but I've always been holding the camera, which I can't really like drive doing that. But I want you guys to hear the car. I want you guys to hear the car, how it sounds with everything I have on it, because I absolutely love the way that this car sounds right now, and I think some of you guys are interested to hear how it sounds while I'm driving. And so we're gonna do the video. That's what today's video is gonna be. So it should be cool, man. I'm excited to do this because it's something new and I wanna try new stuff on this channel. I don't wanna get like complacent with content, and I wanna do new stuff. I wanna keep evolving in the channel, so that's why we're doing this. This little adapter thing, I'm gonna put a link in the description if you guys are into it. It's supposed to be like super heavy duty, so it's like can hold my actual like camera, my Canon, and it can also hold like a GoPro. I only have one GoPro though, so that's why we're doing the GoPro on the back rather than like the front. I don't think it really makes sense to put it in the front unless you want to like hear the engine, but I don't know, man. We're just gonna try this out, and if I like it in editing, we'll keep it. If not, maybe just trash it. I don't know. And then you guys comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you like this? Do you like just like riding around? I think we're just gonna like cruise around some roads around here because it's actually kind of nice out today. And then I gotta pick my girlfriend up from Starbucks. so we're gonna go do that. Cool. So yeah, that's the gist for today. Let's run out to the car and get the video started. Sweet. So this is the deal. This adapter is not long enough to go in the rear bumper slot, so I think I'm just gonna put it on the front bumper. So you'll hear like the engine and stuff, hopefully. I don't know how the audio quality is gonna be, but whatever, we'll make do. And I might just have to order like a longer one so you guys can hear the exhaust and stuff. Maybe I'll just do like some drive-bys or something. So basically, this just goes into your front bumper tow hitch, like yonk, and then you just twist it in there. And really these are used for like tracking purposes, but so like that. I don't know, like do you want it just in front, or do you want it like filming the front of the car? And I don't know. So like right now, obviously we'll just film like everything in the front of the car, but I think it might be cooler to have it going like actually in front of the car. Like that. Hopefully we don't lose a GoPro today. But the other mount goes in the car, and I think I'm gonna put it on the sunroof. And this is what that mount looks like. So it goes up on the sunroof and it's gonna hold this camera. So whatever, dude, let's just hop in the car and let's just give it a shot. We're gonna drive around with the windows closed, and then I'm gonna try some stuff with the windows open and see if we can like hear any difference. Or it looks like this camera's holding up pretty well though. That's cool. It's not moving at all. Hopefully it's not too shaky. My only fear on that is stabilization because it's on a window. It's literally hanging on the sunroof. Little pull right here. Man, this car, dude, this car drives so much faster with the intercooler and charge pipe. Like, I definitely recognize, I can feel the difference with everything working. The charge pipe, turbo inlet, intercooler, the MST intake, and the AWE tuning exhaust. Everything is working together to just create this like perfect harmony of like flow. And like you can really feel it in the car. It feels great. And man, this thing just gets more and more exciting to drive as I put stuff on it. So we have boot mode coming next, and that's going to be like the biggest increase for sure. We're going to feel the biggest upgrade once we do that. And I kind of did everything else before I did the tuning, so I'm really excited to just like feel this massive push. If we did boot mode before we did all the other stuff, we would definitely feel an increase, but we're going to feel much more of an increase because I took care of all of the other stuff before doing boot mode. And this is how you really capitalize on tuning your car, upgrading all of those pipes, the intercooler, exhaust, and everything. It can just breathe so well. This car breathes so well. And I know that like breathing is like the term I'm using, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying when I say this car breathes so well. It's pulling in air very efficiently. It's pushing the air out super efficiently. And also, I don't really have to worry about any pipes like the stock plastic, you know, charge pipe or turbo inlet cracking, because everything's been replaced with high quality piping. So I'm really, really happy with where this car is at right now. It's a lot of fun to drive. It looks pretty good, I think. The only couple of things that I feel like are lacking on this car, the braking, because the brakes are just kind of small. I mean, like, I felt like a little bit of an upgrade from the sequence cross-drilled and slotted rotors and then the ceramic brake pads, but it wasn't enough to write home about. Like, I think to really feel it, I would have to upgrade the entire brake system to a big brake kit, which is just really expensive, so I don't know if that's something that's in the books. But besides that, suspension, we got to do some suspension work. These springs just don't cut it, and I need to go coils. I want a firm rod, and I want to be able to adjust my shock. So it's gonna be interesting. These roads are absolutely gorgeous out here. So we're crossing into South Carolina right now. I live on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina, and the roads out here are awesome. Like, you just get lost in the middle of nowhere, and you can just drive real fast, and it's just very nice road systems. It's a blast to drive out here. It really is. And there's a lot of windy curves and stuff like that. The problem is it's 2 o'clock on a weekday, so in like an hour here, it's gonna start getting really busy, and I can already see that there's some congestion happening. So we don't have a lot of time, but we'll see what I can take. I'm gonna try and cut the parts out in this video that I like and just use those. But you guys will have to tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about these little ride-along videos where I kind of chat about the car. For anyone who is new to the channel, this car is a 2013 BMW Sportline F30, and basically we just, you know, we made it into an Msport, kind of, I guess you could say. It's just got all the M Performance Msport parts on it. But man, it's a blast to drive. I almost think I'm gonna slow roll it and let this car get like really far ahead of me. Oh, he's turning perfectly. Yes, this is perfect. All right, so there's some really fun road up here ahead. Hopefully this video isn't too shaky. And I wanted to get like enough of the dash and some of the paddle shifting and some of the view up front. So hopefully this is doing the trick. It seems like it might be. It really is a lot of fun to drive this car, man. What I want to do is I'm going to do another video where I go outside of the car and I get some sound clips of everything, because you guys really need to hear the car outside of it. Right now it's just like you're in the cockpit and then we have the GoPro on the front, but I really don't think that audio on the GoPro is going to even be usable. You have the wind coming in and there's just no way that that's going to sound good. So we'll just have to do drive-bys at some point, I guess. I mean, I could get ballsy and like throw this thing on the suction cup on the back bumper, but dude, there's no way. If I lose this camera, I'd be in so much trouble. I mean, that would suck. Super expensive camera, so no thanks. Just not gonna take that role for a video. Oh, nice. Here we go. It's a good little road. I'm gonna roll the windows down for this pull so you guys can hear. Let me see if it sounds better. All right, let's do a little slow roll and we'll get into it here. As James would say, it's 55. We're only going 55. I swear it's 55. Man, this car is a blast to drive. Nice little pops. We're gonna have a lot more burbles once we get boot mode, without question. I mean, this car already like burbles and pops as much as I kind of want it to. I'm not looking for it to be super duper loud out of the exhaust, and that's probably why I'm not gonna end up doing mid pipes or down pipe. I just think it makes the car sound too like trashy. I love the way the car sounds right now. It's just so refined, and like I can hear everything, man. I can hear the engine, I can hear the exhaust. You know, it's more of a mature sound. And this car sounds just great. Like the engine just sounds so good. There's just no reason. Come on, man, you're driving in my lane. Get out of here. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do downpipe I don't think I'm gonna do the mid pipes or downpipe. We'll see, man. I don't know. Some of you may or may not know, but I'm looking at F80 M3s right now. So, what will probably happen is I'll keep this car. I'm not gonna get rid of it, but this car will end up becoming my daily, and then the F80 will be the new project. And we'll still do stuff to this car. I just don't know, you know, if I'm gonna sink that much more money into it. Oh shoot. Not sure how much more money I'll sink into this car. But, I mean, I've already done so much stuff to this car, you guys. Like, kind of running out of stuff we can do. You know, without getting really heavy into diving into the engine, which is just not really something that I'm interested in doing. This car isn't, you know, this car isn't really made to be a race car. If I wanted to do that, I probably would have got a 335. But I'll tell you what, man, for a 328i, this car drives so well. Like, it is super responsive, it's quick, it's fun to drive, it's very comfortable. Like, it's just a really, it's like the perfect daily. So the idea is I'm gonna get that F80, and this is gonna be my daily, man, and it's like pretty nice daily driver. Pretty nice daily driver, because right now this car doesn't move, it just sits in the garage, and like my girlfriend and I take it out every now and then, but and obviously I take it out for videos and car shows and stuff, but I really don't drive it that much, you guys. So I think in the future, this little guy is going to become the daily, and then the F80 will become the new project car, which is super exciting. I'm looking at 2018 mineral white, I think it is. Is that the, no, it's not mineral white. I forget the name of the color, but it's a I'm looking at 2018 white F80 M3s, competition package, manual transmission, the whole nine. And then that car, I'm gonna go heavy into that car. When I get the F80 M3, I am going to go absolutely insane. And I already have sponsors lined up for the car. It's going to look ridiculous, and it's going to be incredibly fast. And so, like, it's going to be a full-on project car, and that's really exciting to me because it's a whole new leg to the channel, and it's a whole new breed of content that we can expand on. But at the same time, I just want everyone to know who comes to this channel for F30 content, I'm not getting rid of the F30, and I'm not going to stop doing F30 content. I'm going to continually I'm going to do both. And I plan to take this to the dyno after I do boot mode, because I think that's going to be an interesting video. I think that people want to see some dyno numbers. And also, I'm going to track it. I'm going to track this car. I'm going to, as soon as I get the F80, man, I'm going to go crazy on this car. Like, I'm going to kind of beat the crap out of it. I shouldn't say beat the crap out of it, but I'm just going to be a little more, I'm just going to have a bit more fun with it. And right now, you know, it's the only car that we have, so my girlfriend and I are pretty cautious with it, and you know, we don't drive it too much, and I don't really beat on it too much. I just bring you guys along for these rides and kind of get into it. But I definitely don't beat the heck out of it. So that's going to be something, you know, when I get the F80, I can kind of go nuts on this thing and have a little more fun with it. So what I actually might do is when I get the F80, this will become the daily driver, and my girlfriend is just going to drive it. So if you guys are around Charlotte and you see my car in like a year, it's probably my girlfriend driving it. Unless it's me. Unless it's me. I mean, can you guys... So I've had this lip on here for... This carbon lip on the front. I've had it on for... I don't know, 3 weeks now? Or has it been a month? It's been a month. I've had it on for a month. And it will be a month. Yeah, it's almost been exactly a month. So I've had the carbon fiber front lip on for a month, and I've only bottomed out or like scraped it twice, but it was harmless. Nothing even happened to it. So not that my girlfriend is a bad driver, but I have a feeling as soon as this car goes into her hands, we might see some more casualties. Which is whatever. I mean, it's a car. It's a car. It's meant to be driven. I'm not too worried about it. That's just kind of part of it. That's how it goes. But we'll see. I could be totally wrong. Maybe she'll kill it. Maybe she'll like never have any issues. She'll never scrape it. But I think it's just not a lot of people understand like how to drive such a low vehicle. And you have to be really careful, man. And you can't just like cruise at the same speed everywhere. You have to take certain things slow, and you have to watch out for certain things, and you just have to be super attentive when you're on the road. And I mean, obviously with like speed bumps and steep driveways, you have to take it at a complete angle. Like there's no way that you can just go straight on. You're definitely going to end up bottoming out. I love that MST intake. So I've noticed that after I did the MST intake, the intercooler, the turbo inlet, the charge pipe, all of those things in the engine, that the turbo is, you can hear the turbo. Like at the turbo, you can hear it spooling. It is very loud. And like the turbos in these cars aren't very big, so they're kind of loud. They have like a very trebly sound to them. You can hear the turbo. Once you replace all those pipes, you hear like the blow off, the air release, the blow-off valve, I guess you could say, is super loud. That's really something that you notice when you do the intake, but all of those things, they just become so much more loud after you do all these pipes and intercooler and you know, and intake and whatnot. I think they do make a blow-off valve kit for this car, which would be interesting. Maybe I should do that. So the only other things really that I was thinking of engine-wise would be a tune. The boot mode is coming, and then I think I'm gonna do like a BMS catch can, like an oil catch can, because these cars have a tendency to throw some oil into the intake, and you know, hopefully a catch can would kind of resolve some of that, but it's not like necessary. It's not really that big of a deal, and honestly I need to do a little bit more research on it, but it is something that I'm thinking about. And then what else? I really don't know that there would be that much more. I would possibly replace the pipe. There's one more pipe that, there's one more, which pipe is it? I'm trying to think. Is it charged to intercooler? There's one more pipe in the engine that I haven't replaced. It's not the charge pipe, obviously, we just did that. But there's one more pipe in there that I haven't replaced, and it's not really that necessary because it's more of like a silicone hose, but people do replace it. But I mean, without question, you guys, the charge pipe, the intercooler, the turbo inlet, and the intake are all things in the engine bay that I highly suggest everyone replaces. And I keep saying it, but the breathability of the car, like, it just feels like it's running so smooth. Like, this car has zero lag, it just wants to go, and everything breathes so well. And I definitely notice an increase from all of these things that I've done. And so now it's a question of, once we get the tune, how much did it really help the car out? How much more power are we pushing into this car? And I'm kind of playing with the lines of reliability and power. Like, that's where I want to live. I want to live in those lines of reliability and power. Like I said, this car is kind of like the daily driver that we have, and we don't want to go too nuts on it. So yeah, it should be interesting. It should be interesting to see, and I think that doing a dyno run will be cool. I don't think I'm going to be pressing like big numbers on this car. Like, like I've said before, that was never really the intention, but I think it would be interesting to see what it's doing with just like these bolt-ons and a tune, and that'll be great. I mean, that'll be great information for all of us. And then from there, let's like track it. Let's track the car, let's have a little fun with it. You guys might have saw that Brian put in a roll cage in his F30, and I'll be honest with you, I really want to put a roll cage in this car. I want to go nuts with it, and that's probably something that I'll do when I get the F80. I'll probably put a roll cage in this car. I might do a pure turbo upgrade too. Who knows, man? Who knows? Man, this car sounds so good. It's definitely sounding the best that it's ever sounded right now with all of these modifications that I've recently done. I'm super happy with it. And it rides really well. It's responsive. It's, man, it's just a great car. And I can't recommend these cars enough to people. A lot of the questions that I get are maintenance questions, and people are just worried about them. And I don't know, man, I haven't had that many issues with this car. It's just been a really solid daily driver for me, and I've done quite a bit to it. I've done quite a bit to the car. So, when people are worried about reliability, I think it just comes down to, like, don't beat the crap out of the car and take care of it. I'm gonna get a carbon fiber hood on this car, but I'm gonna paint it. I'm definitely going to do that. And I think I'm going to actually get the more aggressive carbon fiber hood. If you look at my boy over at AA Concepts, I believe his name is Andres, he's got the hood I want. It's a little more aggressive, but painted would look sick. It would look sick. This lady's looking at me next to me, and she's like, what are all those stickers on his car? What does it mean? Dude, this car turns heads. Like, people, if they're not like Snapchatting, if they're not busy Snapchatting my my license plate, they're just busy staring at the car. It's really funny. I only have the AWE tuning touring axle back exhaust system, and it's awesome because when you throw it into sport mode and you're changing with the paddles, it gives it like a little burble in between each gear, and it just sounds so sick. I absolutely love it. That's like one of my favorite things about driving this car with paddles. When you're switching gears at full throttle, it's like it gives it like a little pop. It's really dope. It just sounds so good, man. Like, paddle shifting is sick. It's really fun to drive, and there's a lot of like flexibility with paddle shifting. The fact that you can just go into automatic and you don't have to worry about like constantly shifting gears. But I really miss the experience of driving a manual vehicle. I grew up with manual vehicles and I just feel like you can feel the car so much more. And that's why I'm doing the F80 in manual. I just think it's a much better setup. I know that the automatic transmission in the F80 M3s is fantastic. It's of some of the best, and it's really, really fast. But that's not really what I'm concerned about. We're good. Check it out. GoPro's still there, so that's kind of how it looks when I'm driving around. Pretty savage. Pretty savage for just cruising. See how it all. So we'll end that. You guys, I figured I'd do like a little bit of a walk around, kind of show you what the car looks for maybe anyone who's new to the channel. And this maybe is the first video they're seeing, but here's where we're at, front end. It's in really clean shape right now because I just did a cleaning video the other day that, you know, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, man, looks really good. I'm super happy with how the rear carbon bits are looking, from top to diffuser to these splitters, and then the side skirts that I have. It just looks so good. It's like the carbon package on this car right now, in my opinion, is like perfect. It just looks sick. Like the front, diffuser, splitters, extensions, carbon fiber shark fin, mirror caps, the eyelids, which are probably going to go soon, and then obviously the Veris front lip, which is just baller. So that's where we're at right now with it. Alright, cool. So that is the video for today. If you guys are watching this part of the video, then that means that we made it through and I actually kept the footage and I liked it. I'm really not sure how this is going to turn out. Oh, actually, I forgot to show you the one more carbon bit, the grill. It's probably hard to see, but the grill is also carbon fiber. Whatever, you guys already know that. So if you guys are watching this part, obviously the video, I liked it, the footage was okay, usable enough, I guess I could say, but yeah. So you guys will have to tell me what you think about the video. Do you like this style of video? Do you like how I place the cameras? Do you have any suggestions of where I should put them? I will find a way to get a camera like a GoPro on the back so you guys can actually hear how the exhaust sounds. But I think in addition to doing more like ride-along videos, I'm actually gonna do some sound clip videos where I'm driving by and I kind of like rev the engine so you can hear the inside. I really want you guys to hear everything from the outside of the car too, because it sounds really good. And I just want you to hear it with all of these bolt-ons that I have, in case you're wondering what your car would sound like if you did the bolt-ons on a 328. So I think that information is crucial. But yeah, you guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, my name is John. I do F30 content, reviews, DIYs, installs, all that good stuff. And please do consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you like this video, please do like it. If you have something to add to it, comment down below. And if you feel like getting a reminder every time I do upload, make sure you hit that bell notifications. Just like that, this video is over. And I'm out. Peace.